Hey y'all, what's going on? It's me, Felicia. I am back with another upload. So pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. Hang out with me for a few. Um, I wanted to talk about the Baltimore police officer, Keona Holley, who was unfortunately murdered on December 16th, very early in the morning while she sat in her patrol car. Officer Holley had been with Baltimore PD for only 2 years. And that particular day, she decided to do an overtime shift. So she was sitting in her patrol car when she was ambushed, shot several times in the back of her head. She was rushed to the hospital. She was on life support, I believe, until the 24th. And then her mother and her sister decided to have her removed from life support. Officer Holly was only 39 years old, and she was a mother of four children. Her youngest child being 10 years old, and he's a boy. I'm wondering, where is Black Lives Matter in all of this? Because had that been two white police officers that shot a young black woman just sitting in her car minding her business several times in the back of the head, Baltimore would be on fire right now. I'm just keeping it real. Black Lives Matter will be in Baltimore, all out in the streets, rallying, marching, protesting. There'd probably be looting going on, vandalizing of businesses. It would be complete and utter chaos. And they would be vilifying the police and demanding that something be done. There's nothing going on in Baltimore. No protests for Officer Keona Holley. No rallies, no marches, no vilifying of the two men who have been arrested and charged with her murder. You don't hear a peep out of Black Lives Matter. It's so quiet you can hear the proverbial pin drop. I'm wondering, where are they? I never was one to be involved with the Black Lives Matter organization. I've never hashtagged it. I've never supported it in any shape, form, or fashion. When I first heard about Black Lives Matter and got to know a little bit more just about the organization, my spirit would just not let me lay hold to that organization for some reason. It never set right with me. Because from what I can see, Black Lives Matter literally does nothing to help Black people. I don't see them in the community on a weekly, daily, monthly basis doing anything. I don't see any community services that they are providing. I don't see anything that they're doing. What I do see is when a Black person is killed by a police officer, a white police officer, I see them out in the streets protesting, rallying, vandalizing, looting, and like I said, vilifying the police. Now, I'm not saying that it's okay for white police officers or any other police officer to kill citizens, especially unarmed citizens. What I am saying, Black Lives Matter. If Black lives really matter to you, and those of you that support Black Lives Matter, then all Black lives should matter. The life of Baltimore police officer Keona Holley should matter to you. You all should be out in the streets of Baltimore protesting her murder, her execution, the same way you would be had it been two police officers that executed someone in that way. You should be vilifying the people responsible for the senseless murder of Officer Keona Holley. You should be demanding justice day in and day out the same way you do when officers kill somebody. You should have that same energy, that same passion, that same amount of rage. But you don't. Why? Only reason why I can think is because Black lives don't really matter to Black Lives Matter, right? I just want to show you guys this clip because I don't want to ramble. I want you to see for yourself what the family has to say. Eventually, I am going to get a second monitor, but I have my trusty little tablet here, and I want you guys to watch this. Just take a listen.
On this Christmas Eve, the family of Baltimore police officer Keona Holley is mourning. It's the time of the year to be with the ones you love. But for her family and the police department, this holiday will be about planning a funeral. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Maxine Stryker. Kai is off. Officer Holley was pulled off life support yesterday, a week after she was ambushed in the line of duty in Curtis Bay. Right now, 2 men have been charged in her death. Investigators still don't know why the 2 men shot and killed Officer Holley and another man, Justin Johnson, in the early morning of December 16th. Tonight, Officer Holley's family is speaking out on their loss, and they have a message for the suspects accused of killing their loved one. They sat down with Fox 45's Keith Daniels tonight. It's a story you're seeing first on Fox.
Well, we learned that Officer Keona Holley was affectionately known as Kiki to her family, and tonight the name brought some smiles to her mother and sister. Some joy, they say, for a family struck with grief on Christmas Eve. For LaWanda Sykes and her mother, on this night before Christmas, there's still
joy
and peace. Still a reason to be part of the season.
I wish everybody a Merry Christmas. It's still a Merry to me because I have my grandkids. I may not have my child, but I have my grandkids. So I had to lift myself up and lift them up to have Christmas without their mom.
Christmas without their mom. Keona Holley, who joined the Baltimore Police Department 2 years ago, was a 39-year-old mother with 4 children, the youngest a 10-year-old son. Holley's sister says they intend to have a joyful holiday, but admits amid the upbeat spirit, the pain and tears remain.
The tears, they will never go away. They'll always be there. But those tears also hold memories. They hold laughter. They hold joy. They hold her life, her essence, her spirit.
Police say Holley was shot several times while sitting in her police car early that morning, December 16th. She was shot in the head while working an overtime shift. She'd been on life support at the University of Maryland Shock Trauma Center until yesterday, when her family made the difficult decision to remove her from life support 2 days before Christmas.
That I don't think we're ready to talk about. Too soon for that.
But Sykes is talking about the seemingly out-of-control gun violence that's happening across the city and the violent crime that cost her sister her life. Her plea tonight, stop the violence.
Something has to be done about it, whether it comes from our politicians, our police department, whatever, no matter what. But the message has to go to the person who's holding the gun.
Police have arrested and charged 2 men in the shooting, Elliot Knox and Trayvon Shaw, the same men, police say, who shot and killed Justin Johnson 90 minutes after shooting Holley. And on this night before Christmas, one sister's message to her sisters, suspected killers.
Everybody does not have or was given the love that my sister had. And maybe that was missing from them. The only hope that I can find and ask is that they find forgiveness in God.
Well, in the spirit of the holiday, Holley's sister and mother say they want to make one thing clear. They forgive the person responsible for taking Kiki away. Reporting tonight, Keith Daniels.
Okay. I just wanted you guys to watch that whole full clip because I wanted you to hear from the mother and the sister. One thing that was said that really struck out to me is that they want all of the crime, the senseless crime in their neighborhoods and their cities, their city, to stop. Now, this is the city of Baltimore we're talking about. What does the city of Baltimore, the city of Los Angeles, the city of New York, and the city of Chicago all have in common? What is the one common denominator that ties these big metropolitan cities together? Let me tell you, they're all governed by Democrats. All of their districts that are in the inner cities and the urban areas are all, I wouldn't say ran, but have House representatives over them that oversee those districts. They're all Democrats. Why is that? It's not a coincidence. We see this happening all across this country in liberal states. Crime is rampant. You have catch and release. They commit a crime, go to jail, get booked, they're right back on the streets. In California, you can steal up to, I believe, $1,000, and no big deal, a little petty crime. You catch and release, you're back out on the street. We all know Chicago is like a war zone, constantly, consistently, with hundreds of people, if not thousands, being killed yearly in just that one city alone. We see what's happening in New York. The young model that was waiting for the train early in the morning, she was assaulted and beat. Baltimore, we see what happened to Officer Holley, sitting in her patrol car, doing her job, working overtime, I would imagine, so she can get her children a little something extra for Christmas, right? These are all cities ran by Democrats. They have no, it's like they don't care about the rampant crime that is happening in their cities, in the communities that they are supposed to serve. That's why you see such an exodus of people leaving cities like New York, Los Angeles, Chicago. People are fleeing those cities to go to red states. And that in itself is a problem too. But I'm going to talk about that on a later day. You go to a red state, leave your liberal views and your liberal voting habits behind in the mess of a blue state that you are fleeing from. Okay? Don't come to the red states and vote the same and expect a different outcome. Okay? Because it's just not going to happen. You have to change something. If you want to see change, you can't keep doing the exact same thing that's not getting you the result that you want. You got to change. So I just wanted to say that I just really want to know, where is Black Lives Matter? Like, where are you? Where are you? Where are you, Black Lives Matter? Where are you, Black Lives Matter supporters? Where are you? And this just happened. So it's not an old story. This is fresh. This is new. Just 2 weeks ago, this 39-year-old mother of four, Black police officer, doing her job, sitting in her patrol car, working a overtime shift, was ambushed, shot multiple times in the back of her head. Her life was taken. For what? And by whom? Allegedly, because we don't know for sure, but the suspects that have been arrested and charged are two Black men who, allegedly, according to Baltimore Police Department, killed someone else, another Black man. This is two Black people who have lost their lives permanently, and two Black men who are about to lose their lives, well, their freedom permanently. That's a problem. If that's not a problem to you, Black Lives Matter people, if you don't see that all of this crime, rampant crime, and especially against one another in the Black community, if you don't see that as a problem, if that doesn't matter to you, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to tell you because your organization is full of it. It really is. Because you can't be screaming out in the streets, protesting and marching and yelling and vandalizing and looting and setting the city ablaze on fire when a white officer or when white officers kill Black people. But when Black people kill a Black officer and go kill another Black man, you sit in silence. If that is not the most hypocritical BS that I've ever heard, I don't know what is. This is what you get when you defund the police department, okay? This is what you guys want. To just defund the police because they're all racist and they all hate Black people and we don't need them. Yeah, we really do. We need our police department. Me personally, I don't want to live in an area, in a neighborhood, in a city where the police force is malnutrition. Like, hey, you might be getting robbed, lady. Somebody might be trying to break in your house, but unfortunately, we don't have the manpower to send somebody out to help you right now. You can wait give us about maybe an hour or two. We may be able to get an officer to you. No, I don't want to live in that type of neighborhood. I don't live in that type of world. Why? Because all law enforcement officers are not racist. All law enforcement officers are not out here murdering people and being assholes. A lot of police officers are doing their job. They are protecting and they are serving. And they need to be shown an amount of respect just because they do a dangerous job. I wouldn't want to do it. Just like being in the military. No, that's not for me. I tip my hat to our brave soldiers in all branches of the military. Because it takes some guts, baby, to willingly know that you are laying your life on the line like that for a country and everyone in it. So, military and police officers, excuse me, those are two jobs that I would never want. But I appreciate what they do. So instead of defunding the police and letting crime run rampant, oh, excuse me. I think I need a little sip of water here, y'all. Wait a minute. So again, instead of defunding the police and letting crime and criminals run rampant in our streets, where innocent people are being murdered for just no apparent reason, we need to refund our police departments. We, well, not me, because I don't do this, but you, a lot of you, need to stop putting Democrats in office to govern your states and run your cities. Because from what the whole entire country can see, what we are noticing, what we are witnessing before our very eyes, just like we're witnessing that, I don't know, invisible crisis at the border. Yeah, we see that too. We can see what's going on. Your elected officials that you put into office, they're not doing anything about it. Now they're hollering, oh, we need more police, we need more help. Really? London Breed, mayor of San Francisco? Really? Lori Lightfoot, mayor of Chicago? Uh, Governor Newsom? I think London Breed, is she a mayor? I think she is. She's mayor or governor. But yeah, she has a lot to do with how San Francisco is being run. Y'all get what I'm saying. Y'all keep voting these same people in. You keep supporting these people, and your neighborhoods and your cities are just turning into, I don't know, Mad Max. just just chaos, unruliness, violence, murdering, robbing, home invasions, just everything crazy all the time. And it's going to get worse. Why? Because our country is just in a bad place right now. On top of the mandates and people not going to work because they don't want to be jabbed, on top of the people who are being fired for not being jabbed, on top of the supplies that have been sitting out in the port of Long Beach for months in the water on ships forever and a day, a supply shortage is coming. Okay? Don't think that it is not. It's coming. You have, on top of inflation, on top of the cost of electricity going up, people are going to get desperate. There are going to be a lot of desperate people out there, and it's just going to make our environments worse. So this is not the time to be defunding the police. You should be thankful for them, for the job that they do, because all cops are not bad cops. And again, Black Lives Matter. I'm going to need y'all to act like Black Lives Matter. I'm going to need you to walk that talk. You be talking, I need you to walk it. Okay? I need you to be just as incensed and angry about this black woman, this young black mother who left behind 4 children. I need you to be incensed about her murder as well. Because if you are not, then black lives don't really matter to you. I need you to be incensed about the other black man that was killed, Justin, that the reporter spoke about in the clip that I showed you. I need you to be incensed about his life too. I need you to be outraged. I need you to be outraged about all these hundreds of black people in Chicago that are being murdered, in New York, in Los Angeles. I need you to be outraged about all of their lives, even when one of us does it, because that's wrong. And if you don't see that it's wrong, and if you don't open up your mouth and say anything, if you don't protest and speak up for their lives as well, then Black lives do not matter to you. You are a liar. You are a hypocrite. And it's probably just all about that money, for the love of money. Because we know y'all got a huge, I don't know, you guys have like billions of dollars that have been donated to you over the years since the inception of Black Lives Matter. Nobody's seeing any of that money except for the people at the top. Y'all buying multi-million-dollar homes. What are you doing for the community since Black Lives Matter? How many of those billions of dollars have you put into a single black community? How much of those billions of dollars have you just gifted to a mother of a black child that was murdered out in these streets? How have you helped the black community with your Black Lives Matter dollars? You haven't. It's a gimmick, it's a gig, it's a bunch of BS, it's hypocrisy at its finest, and you don't care. Because when you care about somebody, when somebody matters to you, when you love somebody, you show that. It's demonstrated by your actions, not by your mouth. People can say anything. My grandmother used to always tell me, anybody can talk, but Mr. Do is the man. And Black Lives Matter, y'all ain't doing shit. You ain't never done shit for black people. You're not doing shit for black people, and you're not going to do shit for black people. You are a self-serving organization, and you're a bunch of hypocrites, and you don't care. Okay, I'm done. That's my rant, because I will just keep going and going and going. But anyway, thank y'all for stopping by and hearing my rant. Please subscribe if you have not subscribed already. Drop me a comment below. Like and share. Oh, yeah. I meant to add this too before y'all leave me. Somebody sent me an email and they asked me, um, the last time I did a live chat, I mean a live, which was my only live, they asked me why wasn't my super chat on. So for those of you that don't know, you can only use super chat, or super chat is only available to you when you go live when you have 1,000 subscribers and you have 4,000 watch hours. So I don't have 1,000 subscribers yet. So therefore, you won't see the little super chat icon at the bottom of the screen when I go live. However, you can still invest in my little channel if you want to. I do have a Cash app, and it's my name, Felicia Queen, because that's what I am. Cole, Cole, like Nat King Cole. I'm Felicia Queen Cole. God, I love myself. Okay, so that's how you can invest in my channel if you so want to until I hit 1,000 subscribers. Then you'll be able to just do super chat. An investment would be nice. I want to build me a little in-house studio. I need like a second monitor, so I won't have to take my tablet and hold it up to show you guys or to share with you guys something that I want to share with you guys. And yeah, get me a nice mic, some better lighting. Although I like low lighting. Like I like lighting just like this. It's not too bright and it's not too low for me. I don't really like bright light. So yeah, if you want to invest in my channel, show your girl some love, give me a little coin. You could do my Cash App, which is again Felicia Queen Cole. And that's it. Thank y'all for pulling up to my rambling rant. But it was serious and I just think it needs to be said. Anyway, y'all. I'll see y'all later. Bye.